And welcome back to Drew and Kyle play Mass Effect 3. It's time for another talkie episode. We've got Tally on the ship, so we're gonna see what she's got to say. Words are fucking hard. Let's talk to Tally.
True.
Tallywhacker.
That dreadnought is tearing through our fleet. Let me know when you're ready to hit it.
So how did you end up back with your fleet, Tally?
Shut up, Drew.
When the war
Oh, okay,
started,
there is more.
Tally's awesome.
Sorry,
the
I
Admiralty Board asked for
thought it was
my
just going to be that line.
had
I was
more
like,
recent
what?
contact with the Geth than most of my people. They hadn't filled the spot on the board left by my father. I was invited in. It's just a technicality. I'm far too young to be a real admiral.
Don't sell yourself short, Tally. The board needed your expertise. You needed the authority that comes with rank.
So that's Admiral Ron, who's hanging out by our, in the war room, as is Tally.
How did the war with the
All
Geth
right.
get started anyway?
Admiral
Didn't invite
Zen
you on my
developed
ship,
a
but
scanning
whatever.
countermeasure that interferes with Geth active scans. It's like a flashbang grenade. It effectively crippled the Geth ships in combat. My fleet couldn't pass up the chance to attack.
Could we use it to fight the Reapers?
It only works against the Geth, unfortunately. Their AI lets them use extremely detailed LADAR pings. Zen's countermeasure overwhelmed them with garbage data. And it's useless now that the Reapers have upgraded their processing power.
How is
Yes,
it being
that's
back
the
with fleet?
Quarians, once
Right
again
now,
showing
it's
their
exhausting.
commitment to what's
I'm an
important.
admiral in the middle of a war. I
Yep.
just want us to get out of this alive. Everything else can wait.
When this is over, I could use your help.
I can't, Shepard. If we survive this, we'll have a homeworld. My people need me.
You could help your people's homeworld by fighting the Reapers.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not thinking that far ahead yet.
So what about Legion?
It returned to Geth space after you turned yourself into the Alliance.
And you haven't seen it since?
Legion and I sent a few messages. I was hoping we could try negotiation. But I was outvoted 3-2. Admiral Chorus was the only one who believed it would work.
Any idea where Legion is now?
No. In our last message, it told me that the Geth were having trouble reaching consensus.
Oh,
And then
interesting.
nothing?
Maybe it was fighting the Reaper takeover? Or maybe it didn't want to give intel to an enemy. I could have warned it about the invasion. I didn't.
You'd have been betraying your own people.
Interesting.
I never wanted to be an admiral.
So yeah, that's all Tally has to say to us today.
Oh, that was worth it.
Yep. Onwards to the Citadel.
Well, as it turns out, there is more to say, Tally, because she wants to talk to us privately in a cabin alone. And also, apparently, on the Citadel, Garrett wants to have some fun with us. So, yeah, apparently this is Let's Play Mass Effect 3 Shepard Get Down edition. I approve.
Anyhow, let's call Tally up.
Tally, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment.
Oh yeah, she will. She'll be free. Of clothes.
I've booted I booted reporter chick out of my apartment, and now
I
it's
couldn't talk freely in
time
front
for
of
you.
Ron.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me. And I don't know if I can save them.
You're doing everything you can. If the fleet falls, it won't be because of you.
I helped my father and Zen's ideas, the new tech that made an invasion too good to pass up, that's based on my father's work. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tally.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Not the Admiral's daughter. The Admiral.
I know. And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
When they offered me this position, I asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better. That probably sounds stupid. It's just, I know I'm not really qualified for this.
You're doing fine, Tally. And thanks.
I should get back before the admirals get into trouble again. I'll talk to you later.
Huh.
It seems to happen a lot in this game. It's kind of a theme, which is to say people being promoted beyond what they think they're capable of doing, and that's kind of, you know, like their personal ventures, them coming to grips with it, and then actually, like, overcoming that and being good at because they wouldn't have gotten the shot if they weren't good enough to do it.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I mean, by and large, the
probably
crew
not.
that we've had has been exceptionally good at, you know, whatever they do.
Yeah, like, promoted from relative obscurity just by being very good. Yeah.
Well, and for having the opportunity to shine. Like, basically everyone that's been with Shepard has been put into the hardest situations basically possible in the current galaxy. And shone,
Wow.
and survived, and
right, yeah.
made
Yeah,
things
exactly.
pull out. So, anyhow, we shall head to the Citadel because basically everyone on the ship wants to talk to us there. So, we're going to give everyone some R&R and hook up with everyone on the... talk to everyone on the Citadel. See you all then. And we found Liara. She's hanging out on the Presidium, which is very, very pretty, although a little battle-scarred still. There's occasional trails of smoke still leaking up out of broken shit. So, let's see what Liara has to say.
You sure you don't want to do something a little more exciting?
I love this part of the Presidium. It reminds me of where I grew up.
Where's that?
Armali, back on Thessia. My mother and I lived beside a park. I spent hours there.
Doing what?
Reading, exploring, getting in trouble digging for ruins in the grass.
You're kidding.
I was very young.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cute.
No one else thought it was funny. Oh, the lecture my mother gave me. But she did buy me my first history book the next day. I miss her, Shepard.
What was she like?
She was confident and kind. She loved to wear yellow. I thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world.
You'll be okay, Liara.
Maybe you're right. Thank you, Shepard. I feel better. I wish we could spend more time together like this. Just friends.
It'd be nice. And who knows? Maybe you'll settle down after this.
You don't really see me going into civilian life, do you?
No. But I guess that's one more reason we should keep in touch.
Someone to share a few secrets with now and then?
You got it.
Aw, we've got a
That
girlfriend.
is really touching.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, I think I like that relationship better than the Let's Bone relationship.
Well, I mean,
'cause
we
that
could
always
have-
did seem a bit off for them.
There was an option in that converse. I haven't been reading you off the ones that don't make sense for the way we're kind of driving this
Right.
character. There
Yeah.
was an option in there for or more than friends. You know, kind of like. But I didn't think it would go.
You can re-hit on everybody.
Yeah, I didn't think it would fall out as because the reason I hit on Joker the other time was because
Right.
it's hilarious because it's Joker.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, like.
Yeah,
But
right.
Liara might actually take it seriously, and I don't want to hurt
Yeah,
Liara.
probably would. Right, we don't want to.
It's funny how much I actually care about all
Or
these
Garrus,
videos.
for that
like,
matter.
I'll be honest.
These video
Drew,
game characters, I know, right?
I
Yeah,
will be
they've
sad
been-
if they kill Liara. Like, I will be
Yeah.
actually legitimately choked up a little bit if they kill
Probably,
Liara.
Yeah.
Like, if they kill
Yeah.
Liara in a way that's not my fault, I'm gonna be pissed. But if it's something that I could
Yeah.
have changed and saved her,
Right.
I'm gonna be choked. So
Yeah, that would suck.
yeah. Earlier, off camera, because I didn't
Foreshadowing.
catch it, we did see
Yeah.
Tally talking with a Turian diplomat who had Optimus Prime's voice. And they were talking about how
I did not catch that.
I caught it because the way he talked was the right cadence for it.
Okay.
They were
Gotcha.
talking about how
Alright.
the Quarians need more metagel and antibiotics, and he was making a comment, basically being a dick about how the Quarians shouldn't have started a war with
Yeah,
the
shouldn't have
Geth.
had started a war with the Geth.
So we reminded him
I do feel
that-
kind of bad we didn't record it, just because it was a tough decision for a bit. Like, I had to kind of wrestle with which one I wanted to go with, which
Yeah.
was cool. But
The thing
yeah,
the thing is for
it
Tally,
wasn't terribly important.
neither of them are terribly important, but we just reminded him that Tally helped save the Citadel, and he was politer, but still told her to
that
fuck
worked.
off.
He calmed down. Yeah, he was a lot nicer
Yeah.
about it then. And he seemed
So-
genuine about that, which was nice.
Yeah, so now we're going to go try and find the rest of our crew and talk to them. So, see you shortly. So, we got an email earlier from Ashley about her sister's memorial on the memorial wall. If anyone's ever seen Battlestar Galactica, they had a similar thing going on in that show. All the dead and lost were posted on a wall on the Battlestar. And they're doing a similar thing here. So there's pictures and little notes and stuff scrawled all over this wall of people who've been lost just to the refugees in this dock. So, yeah.
What happens when you run out of wall and need to get a bigger wall? That's my question.
There's lots of wall here. They could... The wall that they're currently hosting it on looks to be about 20 to 30 feet across.
Do you just cry yourself to sleep while you're drawing up the plans for the larger wall?
They've got about 700 feet of wall that they could use if they had to. They just haven't started using it yet.
Well, you should plan for the future with that kind of creation.
Yeah.
That's wise, I think. Very wise.
Anyhow, here's Ashley. Oh, you can see
Commander,
Cortez in the
thanks for
foreground.
coming.
This must be really hard on your sister. I'm very sorry for her loss.
It's tough to see her go through this. Damn it. There I go again.
I hope Sarah can find some peace here.
I'm glad I can be here for her. She wanted me to say something about her family. Wanted Thomas to hear it.
You need to be strong for Sarah now.
You're right. I'm so proud of her. She's no career soldier, but there she is, coping with all this. Reminds me of Dad. Whatever was going on, he put a smile on his face for us.
Your family made you what you are.
He did his best with 4 daughters and a strong wife. He always said live fire exercises was good prep for facing his girly horde.
Your sister's waiting. You'll be fine.
Right. Here we go. Okay. Remember the trip to the beach the summer before I left for basic training?
She's continuing to talk, but we can't hear it. And it's just panning back to our perspective. So now Ashley's up there talking to her sister by the wall, and we've got Cortez here. So let's see what Cortez...
I had a question.
What's that?
I meant to ask it yesterday. But when we went back to the ship at the end of the Cerberus takeover the Citadel mission, and Ashley had that talk with us, did that happen last time, or only this time?
Sorry, what?
When Ashley talked to us, like before we got onto the ship,
Yeah.
Was that in the first save as well? You know, before we went back and
Yes.
did everything on the Citadel and
Yes.
developed Ashley's plot?
Yes,
Okay.
that also happened,
Okay.
which is why I knew about it was going to happen. Right.
I wasn't sure if it was that or the Hackett thing.
A lot of other things did change about that Cerberus mission.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So anyhow, here's Cortez, who's also by the memorial wall.
Are you okay?
I've just been standing here, holding this for I don't know how long.
This being a data pad.
will always be a part of me.
Your past is yours. No one can take that away.
I love you. But I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve.
Goodbye, Robert. I'm glad you came.
The Paragon Interrupt was tapping him on the shoulder and slapping him on the side when he turned around. Like, I know what that was supposed to evoke,
then.
but it didn't do it very well due to weird
I would rather
animating.
have watched him deal with that alone.
Yeah.
That's probably better for him.
Yeah. Anyhow, Garrus is here.
Hey there.
He was on the fleet here. So we're going to go talk to Garrus and see what's going on. Garrus is not here.
A lot of these interrupts have been kind of lame, honestly.
Yeah. I guess Garrus is
Which
not
are
actually
better
here.
overall.
However, James is. So we're going to talk to...
Have you been skipping a lot of Renegade interrupts?
Yeah, not too many. I haven't actually seen all that many. I have been skipping some.
I think they start to go away if you do lots of Paragon.
Yeah, that's my
I'm
thought,
not sure
is that, you know, we aren't seeing them because, you know, we aren't renegade-y.
It's kind of annoying. Like,
So-
let me decide what
James is topless.
capricious impulse I wish to
Okay,
indulge.
Drew. James is topless,
Yes.
sitting in the Batarian section of the refugee camps. What?
I'm intrigued.
James?
Oh, he's being
Alarm.
tattooed.
Intrigued.
I was about to ask you that.
Well, after our little chat, I made up my mind. I'm gonna join the N7 program.
And you're celebrating by getting a tattoo?
Sort of. See, there's no official channels to go through right now. So, I guess this is my way of making it official. Technically, I'm just an N7 recruit, but, you know, I figure with you as my training officer, how could I fail? Right?
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't exactly say I'm training you.
Not officially, but what the hell is in this goddamn war? I'm just saying, whether you like it or not, you're my direct superior, and you're N7. So I take my lead from you. And you know, I'll take whatever advice you got.
Really?
Sure. The good advice.
So, welcome to the program, or earn it? I think welcome to the program. I do.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think James is
I'll
a bit of an
encourage him.
ass, but he's got the right ideas.
Generally a good guy, yeah.
Well, they wouldn't ask you if they didn't think you could handle it.
Here's hoping.
But the real work starts now.
Uh-huh. I know it seems like I don't take things seriously, but when I commit to something, I fully commit.
Clearly.
Hey, I won't let you down.
The only person you need to prove yourself to is the one standing in the mirror every morning.
Good point.
You know, that's gonna sting for a few days. You gonna be ready for duty?
Always. Hey, maybe we should get matching.
You want me to get an N7 tattoo?
N7? Sure. Or you could get my name done. Somewhere special.
You're such a tease, Vega.
Who, me?
You ever gonna make good on all this flirting?
I'm not choosing to do
No.
this!
I was
Wrong,
didn't
Shepard. That is
Oh,
incorrect.
she's fucking with him.
You did not do that.
She's fucking with
That's what I
him.
thought. Later, Lieutenant.
Later.
I do like I love how we both freaked out about it, but I caught it.
Yeah.
There was a thing to her face that I didn't see until after we both started freaking out, which was
Okay.
her. Because like I looked at her and then I looked at her again, and she kind of got that evil look in her face that people get sometimes, especially when James started freaking out because he got off balance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yes, there was a little bit of panic there, but it's still hilarious. So
That's good. That's funny.
um,
I like how they're able to animate that.
it
to
was well done.
Bring that across.
I will say, a lot of the facial animation in this game, it's occasionally very funny, but a lot of it is very well done, and they can do some good subtleties. I will say also,
I've
considering
been
the
noticing
alien
that.
physiologies, they do some really good,
Yeah.
giving alien...
I was really impressed in 2 how they managed to do that. Like with Legion's little side panel eyebrows, they conveyed so much.
Well, I'm thinking especially with the Turians, considering they have, immobile faces by and large, other than a little bit of eyebrow movement and their face panels. They do quite a bit of very good emotional conveyance with it. But anyhow, we shall pick this up whenever I find Garrus, because he's gone missing.
Sounds good. Let's just hit on someone else now. Jeez.
So, there's a notification that Miranda might be in the Spectre office, and this terminal, it has not been lit up before. So we're going to see if that's a recording from her. And it looks to be so.
Good to see you're all right, Shepard.
Miranda, what's going on?
Couldn't meet in person. The Citadel is too dangerous right now.
Yeah, because you're...
I heard about the attempted coup.
Yeah, with Kai Lang's
It's
help,
a really
the enemy
dangerous
seized control.
Yeah.
Kai Lang? That slippery bastard's still alive?
He's alive and right in the middle of all this.
That complicates things. I'll be on my guard. Look, I don't have much time, but I learned what happened to my sister.
Where is she?
I don't know that yet, but my father was definitely responsible. If he's done anything to her, I'll kill him.
Miranda.
Shepard, listen. I'm being hunted by Cerberus assassins. A lot of them. I need to stay out of sight.
What? Why?
I heard a rumor, maybe more, that my father is working on something for the elusive man. Something big.
Why would your father be working with the elusive man? Especially now.
My father is ruthless about preserving his legacy.
Legacy?
He has an obsession with making his mark in history, ensuring his dynasty lasts forever.
And you think the elusive man made him an offer?
Exactly.
Whatever's going on with your father can't be good. We have to figure this out.
I agree, but I need to do this myself. It's time I stopped running from him.
You're sure?
Yes. I can't think straight until I know Ori is safe.
Be careful.
I can't promise that, Shepard. Could you?
No. I couldn't.
Then? Alrighty. So that's that. So there's no new mission again?
Nope. I think she's basically leading up to something big is going to happen with her, but...
I would think, but it seems like a bit of a weird, like, Miranda's not... I don't feel that her plot is worth it to invest going back to read her messages and read her messages, just in the hope that a mission will show up.
I mean, it doesn't take that much time, and I'm curious to see what this big mission is going to turn out to be.
Yeah,
so,
no, I am too. It just...
How much do you want to bet it's tied into the end game?
They make you invest this much time in.
How much do you want to bet this ties into the end game somehow? Also, a lot of our crew and former crew we've had lots of time with. Like, we put more time into Thane in those two conversations we've had with him
Thane.
Than we have with all of Miranda. Right? We had almost as much time with Katsumi as we've had with Miranda so far. So...
That's true.
Yeah, I think it's just because we both think Miranda's a useless
it's
bitch.
not the FaceTime I bother with. It's just odd because, like, even with Kasumi, you had her bit, and then she's on a mission, and you see her on the mission that you're going back and forth on.
Yeah.
With Miranda, to developers, you have to leave, do a mission, come back, leave again.
Well, yeah, but we're having to do that with our crew anyhow, so it's not like I'm doing massive detours to handle Miranda. I'm doing stuff when I'm already handling the crew.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
I don't mind it. It seems odd to me.
So Arya's on the Citadel, and we're going to see if she's got anything new to say to us.
Who's here? The Blue Suns, Blood Pack, and Eclipse are in my pocket. I'll send them to war when you're ready for them. Is there anything on your mind?
What exactly have I acquired?
An army that's willing to fight dirty, to do the things your respectable militaries won't do. Eclipse Max and Vorcha Legions are excellent candidates for vanguards in any ground offensive. Well worth the little song and dance I had you perform, I'm sure.
How do you plan on taking Omega back?
I think I'm going to employ violence. I'm going to slap Omega
Fair enough.
out of the elusive man's greedy little hands.
Interesting. So that's all she really has to say.
Later. I'm sure.
We could ask her about the various mercenary groups, but I don't give enough of a shit.
Yeah, fair enough. That's too bad. I really want to see more Arya development, and they're not really bothering it.
Yeah. We've got more Edie and Joker here, so we're gonna see if they've got anything cool to say.
I'm pretty sure Edie at least will have something new to say.
Yeah, I'm hoping. But where the fuck are they? Oh, there they are. They're down here by the bar. Edie and Joker are hanging out at a table.
Hey, Commander. I was just about to get us another round.
So, looks like you two are having fun.
Yes. Joker has been smiling and laughing at a significantly higher rate since he and I agreed upon a relationship. I mean, he is happier.
Good for you, or appreciate what you've got? I think good for you.
Yeah, okay.
It seemed like you two might make a good match.
I was not so certain. When I first presented his body to Jeff, he seemed aloof.
Really? What did Joker say?
He said I didn't have to conform to some feminine ideal in order to impress him. I then called him on his bullshit, and we then proceeded to talk. After your encouragement, his attitude exhibited signs of change. He said he was reluctant, but you convinced him to go for it.
I might have helped a little.
I see. Thank you for your support, Shepard. This is proving to be an illuminating experience.
Alright.
Those two being a couple, it's surreal, but it makes total sense. Like,
yeah, it's actually, they're making it work, which is really shocking.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to Joker couldn't really fully consummate any real relationship with a woman because, you know, he'd break every bone in his body if he tried to hump someone. So it's kind of interesting because now he's gotten basically a lot of what he's wanting out of a relationship, I think. You know, an inquisitive woman and someone he can have...
and without a lot of the stuff he wouldn't want.
Yeah, without a lot of the physical stuff that maybe not necessarily he doesn't want, but couldn't have.
And doesn't want that to be a wedge.
Exactly, because, I mean, yeah, as someone who's got some issues with physical, you know, my back is all screwy, I can understand the whole... it could be difficult to fulfill, as it were.
Right.
So I'm gonna go see, I think Joker and Edie make a really interesting and good couple. I think they're kind of a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and Garrus is here, so we'll talk to Garrus.
I like that they're treating the idea as ludicrous as it is with some kind of seriousness.
What'd you have in mind?
Well, in respect...
Something that doesn't involve fighting.
Right.
So something that doesn't involve fighting Reapers, like alcohol, or everything involves them? I think like alcohol, because...
Like alcohol, yeah, fuck that.
I don't think they've conquered the bar yet.
I already scoped it out. But then I thought, if this was my last day alive, I'd actually like to remember it.
So?
So, I had an idea.
P.S. We're getting in a car. And we're driving a car around the Presidium. A flying car.
Where we
but,
going?
you know, a car.
Somewhere we're not supposed to.
Now you're talking.
Ever have one thing you always wanted to do before you died, Shepard?
I've woken up with a terrier next to me.
Still trying to make me laugh.
That's how it works. So what's your one thing?
The whole time I worked at CSEC, I'd stare up at the top of the Presidium and say to myself, I want to go up there. But I never did. There were 137 regulations telling me I couldn't.
So you got them changed?
No. Now I just don't give a damn.
I like Garrus when he's not being a hard ass.
Figured it's time to do something stupid just for the hell of it. Might be the last chance we ever get.
It's incredible.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't hope it would inspire a certain mood.
Something on your mind?
It seemed like you needed time to figure us out. Are you ready to be a one-Turian kind of woman?
Hell yes! That's awesome!
Absolutely.
The only thing that made leaving Earth bearable was knowing you were out there somewhere.
I felt the same way. The worst part about the galaxy going to hell would have been never getting to see you again.
Well, here I am. Exactly where I want to be. I love you, Garrus Vicarian.
Wow. The vids Joker gave me, well, they never got this far. There was the part about sleeping together, but this is... I don't...
Paragon interrupt, kiss him.
Who needs a vid when you've got me?
Oh, wow! He just grabbed us around the waist and, you know, swoop-kissed.
Alright.
Over... Ow! Holy shit! Over the edge of this, like, 800-foot... He's got a sniper rifle!
I'm not saying you don't know how to handle a gun.
He's got a fucking sniper rifle! What the sh...
Let's find out who's really the best.
It's the better shot.
There are a few people
Yes!
in the galaxy who've seen you in action, Garrus. They seemed impressed.
Yeah, but I've actually seen you dance, Shepard.
You're going down.
And don't worry, I'll load it with practice loads for when you miss.
So he's throwing bottles out into the air.
That was an easy one. Let you build up your
This is gonna frighten the shit out of anyone at CSEC or anything.
Not even Commander Shepard. Give me a tough one.
This all cuts.
Yep.
I said a tough one.
Step aside.
Miss on purpose or shoot the target?
Shoot the target.
Do it. Nobody alive, maybe. But technically, I died.
Yeah, well, next time we'll throw in a herd of rampaging cliques, and that's how you separate the rookies from the pros.
That was a badass scene. This is why
really
this is why Garrus is awesome, because we just romanced him by shooting guns on top of the Presidium about...
He is so fucking manly about being an alien. Excellent.
He is hilariously awesome.
Manly! Alright.
That's epic. So yeah, in this episode we have seduced Garrus and hit on everyone else.
I'm wondering if we had missed on purpose, if that would have been the seduce option. I'm not quite
Well,
sure.
I think he's actually finds it sexier that we are as good a shot as he is.
Yeah, I agree. I think he finds it sexy to be beaten.
I don't think he wasn't beaten. I think we tied with him.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah, tied. Right.
So, in our next episode, we're going to rescue an Asari colony, because they're retards.
Sorry.
Goodbye.